see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Yeah!
Because on this day, I'd like to welcome you to my earworm. I just shared it with you. There you go.
I can see where that would get stuck and not leave.
And no chat room. That's not Hoobastank.
No, that's not. Couple of days now. I just thought I'd pass that along to y'all.
Oh, that's great. Thanks. Thanks.
Especially the hey poor part, right?
Yeah.
Hey
exactly.
poor.
Hey poor.
Front 242. You better hit the farting around thing.
Oh yeah.
An elegant way of wasting time. It's Farting Around with Radio from Hell on X96.
And what was the name of that particular track?
Welcome to Paradise.
The paradise of the earworm is not.
Front 242, a Belgian music group. And they pioneered a musical style that they called, and then other people called, electronic body music.
What is that? I always thought they were industrial, but they
ended up working with Al Jurgensen, the ministry. He liked them a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they called their music electronic body music, a genre of electronic music developed in the early 80s in Western Europe with repetitive bass lines, program dance music rhythms, and mostly undistorted vocals and command-like shouts. Command-like shouts with confrontational and provocative themes.
Like, hey, poor, like that.
Jesus is here. Oh my God, that brought back bucolic memories of romance. And I remember lying under a tree with a picnic basket and my gal by my side. And
I thought you meant the romance of Deviate. That's where you.
Well, yeah. That was, yeah.
Well, that's kind of where it happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did that help, Carrie? Did that purge it by playing the song? Is it gone now?
You know, I think in my head before it's like we'll play it on the radio and it'll go away. But now I'm wondering if maybe that
not a good idea.
We're all just speculating here. We're all just asking questions. We all do.
You just you don't know where these things come from, do you? The earworms.
The earworms? Nope.
I figured out where mine come from sometimes. If I'm doing something and a rhythm is, like I'm walking up the stairs and there's a certain rhythm to my walking up the stairs.
That beat will remind you of something?
And something will pop into my brain having to do with the rhythm of walking or, it's just, it's some external stimuli. It's never music.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
See, with me, it's music, lines of dialogue from movies, jingles, cartoon sounds. It's just my brain, for some reason, will go, oh, here, let me get this. Remember this?
Over and over.
Here you go.
Over.
Here
well,
you
they
go.
addressed that in Inside Out movie, which may be it's one of my favorite Pixar movies.
Yes.
But they addressed the earworm. In
what fashion do they address it? What did they say?
That there are little pockets in your brain that save things like like Carrie said, jingles from commercials and things that. It drives Riley crazy because they'll pop up every once in a while and little memories.
And the reason they pop up, I think, is to prevent you from thinking about other things.
I think that's how it's addressed in the movie. Is
it? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Here's one that occasionally pops up every now and then. No, it's not that one. It's this one. No, I'm trying to find my.
You're susceptible to Looney Tunes.
My Looney Tunes. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, that's good enough.
It's the beginning of Bust to Beelzebub. You can get it there.
There it is.
I think it's you don't. You're trying. Your brain says, "I don't want you to be thinking about such and such. It's too much for you right now." Just think
or it's
about
a
that.
soundtrack to what's happening. It's your You're
or
creating
sometimes
a soundtrack.
or it's this.
Yep.
I feel that way this morning, actually. Oh, that's when you wake up. Isn't that the first thing you hear when you wake up?
I think the bus to Beelzebub opening is perfect, though, because that's what we are. We are on the bus to Beelzebub. Yep. That's us careening out of control. I had a pleasant experience yesterday, though.
Yeah.
We talked about Braunschweiger on the air.
Braunschweiger.
Yes.
It was a way to get your dog. It was in a way to get your dog to eat pills. Is use Braunschweiger.
Yeah.
You had a pleasant Braunschweiger experience?
Yes, I did. And then people said, oh, Braunschweiger, I remember that. It's like my dad used to eat that on crackers. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, yeah, Braunschweiger. And so my wife said, I'm going to the grocery store. You want anything? And I said, I said, get some Braunschweiger, will you? Some what? It's Braunschweiger. And she went, oh, yeah, I know that stuff. My dad used to eat that on crackers.
Exactly.
I swear to God, that's what she said.
Okay.
And so we got the Braunschweiger, and I remember hating it when I was a kid, and then trying it at one time as an adult and going, oh, this is kind of good. And so yesterday I dug into some Braunschweiger, put it on a cracker, and it's really good. It's really good. Not particularly good for you, but delicious.
Well, you can't eat a lot of it, can you? I mean,
well, it depends on how you do it. Now, I just had a little bit on crackers, but then I seem to remember people making sandwiches out of it. And yes, indeed, you get yourself, and I'm going to do this, some heavy,
He's got
good
plans
rye.
today, folks.
it's 2 days of Braunschweiger?
Oh, listen, I'm the only one who's going to eat it, and there's a fair amount there.
Okay.
So you get some rye bread that's pretty stout, that'll not flimsy white bread.
No.
And you spread the Braunschweiger. It's a spreadable. And my wife said, "Oh, it's liverwurst." And I said, "No, it's not liverwurst.
Get it right.
Liverwurst is different. Liverwurst tastes really livery. Mm-hmm. Now, Braunschweiger does have pork liver in it, but it doesn't taste livery particularly. So you get your heavy rye bread, you spread Braunschweiger on that, raw Bermuda onions, and a little mustard, and it looks like heaven. It looks like heaven to me."
Well, and here's the thing: is that may not sound like heaven to most, but it goes great with Mill Creek coffee because everything goes great with Mill Creek coffee.
No kidding, and Braunschweiger lovers throughout Utah have Mill Creek coffee with their Braunschweiger.
I wouldn't recommend those two together.
Why not?
Mill Creek coffee goes with anything.
Okay,
It's great. Actually, it was actually very tasty. Mm-hmm. I like it.
And I'm glad you have sandwich plans for later.
I do. You really shouldn't eat a lot of Braunschweiger though, because its fat content it's like 18% or something per serving, and the salt content and. Like Dr. Cobble, he's going to be on the air today. He's also my personal physician. Don't tell him that I got Braunschweiger. Anyway.
All right. Let's, I think we farted, haven't we?
Yeah. And a woman called during check-ins and said, I take pictures of bunnies in the morning. Mm-hmm. And she sent us some bunny pictures, and they're really cool. There's some field at around 21st South and just west of I-15, and there are bunnies living. And so that's the kind of thing we like to hear from check-ins. So call us at 877-602-9696. Tell us what you're going to do today or how life is going for you. Have you been watching Sweet Tooth on Netflix? If not, you should. Just check in with us, 877-602-9696. We'll officially begin the program with your check-ins coming up.
All right, we'll get this thing started and then get it over with, all on the way. FanXSaltLake.com is the website. FanX Salt Lake Comic and Pop Culture Convention happening September 16th through the 18th. Yes, it's back. It's bigger. It's better than ever. They're excited to get together again in a place where we all belong. And they're having a ticket sale right now. Tickets are 25% off until Father's Day, June 20th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you secure your spot to one of the biggest events in Utah. The cast of Cobra Kai will be there. Let's see, most of the cast. Boy Meets World, Supernatural. Over 28 celebrities already announced, such as Christopher Eccleston, Adam Savage, Amanda Tapping, Henry Thomas from E.T., one-of-a-kind geek shopping experience with hundreds of local and national vendors. Pop culture, comics, celebrity guest panels all 3 days at FanX. They're also, it's something for the whole family. You can bring your kids to KidCon and get hands-on experience with STEM-focused activities. They're going to have a tea with princesses, Bill. That'll be all about you. And you can get your face painted. Face painting for the kids as well. Join the cosplay crowd. The whole thing's going to be happening. Remember, get your tickets now and save 25% at fanxsaltlake.com.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we find our elders roaming a desolate, uncharted, dark, smelly planet, looking for someone or something to convert. It is sometime between breakfast and lunch.
Man, I don't feel so well.
I warned you against eating eggs you found in the middle of nowhere on a planet that isn't even on the map.
But I was hungry. Besides, they were tasty.
Well, if you don't feel well now, you have no one to blame but yourself. Come on, we're falling behind schedule.
How can we have a schedule on a planet with nothing on it?
We won't know if this planet is uninhabited until we explore some more of it. Come on, let's go.
What the flip? Lehigh, help!
Ew! George, it looks like your breakfast isn't setting well with you. What the heck is that? Looks like the planet is inhabited after all.
Get it off me!
Stand back. I'll take care of it.
Oh, hi, ma'am. Who are you? And why in heaven's name are you pointing what appears to be a flamethrower at my companion?
Name's Ripley. Lieutenant Ripley, and I'm about to torch that little critter before it gets a chance to make a run for it.
Hi, my name is Newt.
Well, it's nice to meet you both. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi!
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We were wondering if you'd ever heard of our church, and if so, if you'd like to learn more.
Enough with the chit-chat. I'm sure grows any bigger and has a chance to fight back. Now, Lehigh, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
If you would just stand a bit so I can get a clear shot at your friend's chest.
What?
I will do no such thing. All that little critter has done is ruined a perfectly good suit for Mr. Mac, and as long as there's a chance in heck of converting either it or its mother, we would prefer that you leave it be.
Do what you have to do. God knows I will.
Look out, Butch!
Burn, you bastard, burn. Sorry, I meant the alien thing, not your companion.
Butch? You okay? Butch, speak to me.
Is this the end of Butch? Will Lehigh take a shot at converting the alien queen despite the charbroiling of one of her offspring by Lieutenant Ripley? Will Newt get to say anything else in this episode?
Tune in next time to hear...
Say, Lehigh, these things aren't half bad cooked, Hey, has anybody got any Tabasco sauce?
In the next titty-twisting episode of Space Elders.
Don't miss a single moment of the Radio from Hell show. As soon as you wake up, tell your smart speaker to play X96.
All right, it's 6:22. Let's get this over with.
Yeah. We'll go to your check-ins at 877-602-9696 right after we officially begin the program. And generally, there is a sponsor for that official opening.
We generally have sponsors for just about everything today, Bill, just so you know. Young Automotive Group has a huge selection of new vehicle brands and over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles. You'll find the vehicle you want at a price you can afford. Visit any Young Automotive dealership or browse online at youngautomotive.com.
You'd be lucky to catch a glimpse of the moon at all today because it's a new moon. So there's just sometimes you can sort of see an outline of it when it's like that, but it's just 0.8% of full. What there is of it will set today at 8:36 p.m. Today being Wednesday. It's the 9th day of June in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2021. 447 days, I believe, of pandemic panic broadcasting, wherein Carrie, Bill, and Gina broadcast from their homes, respectively. You can see us at x96.com/live. Katie shoulders the burden of getting up every morning and going into the studio, which I haven't seen in weeks, except on camera. She's there, Katie for short, our producer running the show. And Hawk and Miriam are helping out in the other room. And this is the morning show that many individuals who express concern about consuming organ meat tend to enjoy Braunschweiger anyway. We don't like organ meat, they say.
Nope.
We don't like organ meat, but we'll have a little Braunschweiger. This is, would you try it even, Gina? It's oh, your husband eats it.
He likes it.
This is the Radio from Hell show starring the Lords of Morning Radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. I told you about Katie being in the studio and Hawk and Miriam in the production booth. So let's get to your check-ins at 877-602-9696.
We do have a couple of phone call questions, but quickly, this is a text question, not a cat.
Show says, hey.
Hey.
And Gina, you haven't ruined the show yet.
I'm working on it.
You try.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to call in and tell Bill that I appreciate his proselyting for the Braunschweiger.
Yeah.
And I stand behind him.
Well, thank you. I've had some. I thought, Adam, After I've had some Braunschweiger, I wouldn't recommend standing behind me.
I'm a fan of organ meat, so.
Well, good. I'm not.
My grandfather was a butcher, so we ate it a lot.
You worked for a butcher, did you say?
My grandfather was a butcher.
Ah.
So we ate a lot of it growing up.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of organ meat generally, but Braunschweiger I like, and some liver pâtés I like because they just mild down that flavor of liver so much that it's okay.
So go to Sam's Club.
They
have a multi-grain cracker that you got to eat it with.
Okay.
You have a nice cracker with it.
I'm using
I'm
using a Wassa cracker. Okay. A heavy-duty Wassa cracker.
Yeah, the delivery system is important.
Yeah. All right, thanks. I'm going to make a Braunschweiger sandwich, though. There's a recipe
Bill
here.
has sandwich plans.
With Braunschweiger, diced onion. It looks delicious. So.
Nice spicy brown mustard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye, Adam.
And Bill is the kind of person who, even if a very important call comes today, it'll be, I'm sorry.
Yep, no.
I'm making my Braunschweiger sandwich right now.
I've been thinking about this all day.
Check in with me later.
Will you take a picture of it later, Bill? Because I think everyone will want to see.
Yeah,
If
I get to making it today, or whenever I make it, I will. I got to get some rye bread though.
Oh, well. You better get some good rye bread then.
Yeah. Yes, I will. I'm not going to put my Braunschweiger on some crappy rye bread.
Go to a nice bakery.
Yes, I'll do that.
This says, after 2 days of Braunschweiger talk, Cement Dave is going to the store on the way home, also to grab a good beer to pair with it.
Well, listen, Braunschweiger is jam-packed with a number of vitamins and minerals to provide you with a healthy micro and macronutrient profile. It's a healthy keto snack, it says here.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a healthy keto snack, isn't it?
Yeah. Braunschweiger has gotten a bad rap over the years.
There's no other radio show in the country, nay the world, that would spend as much time as we have.
Oh, no, there are many. No. There are many radio stations in Germany who do this.
It's a weekly feature.
Yeah, the Braunschweiger talk. Did our other check-in disappear?
Yes, he did. Well, let's get some traffic then.
I was just going to go look up German morning radio shows, so let's see what I can find.
Braunschweiger and Bob right now on the radio.
Braunschweiger and Bob. So there was an emergency incident earlier on Redwood Road where the police activity, they were chasing somebody, and I don't know if we can find out something about that for the news. Had closed Redwood Road for a time. However, it has reopened, so whatever that earlier incident is, it's cleared up. If you see something that's not cleared up, that's currently troubling you, you can text it to us, 33986. Father's Day is right around the corner. Make your dad proud this year. Get him and yourself Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 Groin Trimmer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code X96 at manscaped.com.
All right. We will take a break. We will be back with big boy news and opinioendo. Also, things that must go. All in the same break. Woo. Coming up after these. Stand by. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com. And this is such a great idea for Father's Day.
It is. Carrie and I can both attest to the fact that Hoops Vision can help you in getting rid of your glasses and contact lenses, because they do this wonderful LASIK procedure. It's almost like magic as far as I'm concerned. And your dad is an amazing person, so why not get him the gift of freedom from glasses and contact lenses as well? LASIK at Hoops Vision offers visual freedom, and it performed by surgeons, really professional people for decades at Hoops Vision. So you're asking, how much does it cost? Well, right now, Hoops Vision is offering the LASIK procedure for your dad at $1,400 off. So, call and make your appointment today, 1-877-30-LASIK, or go to hoopsvision.com. It's from the Girl Scouts.
Okay.
And then there's a nice letter say, "Hey, Bill, we get you. You're a guy's guy. You have unassuming strength, a casual confidence, and an uncompromising integrity, and are so dumb you don't know this is a form letter."
Well, they really know who I am.
You know the spread of Sunday's game and have a steak ready to grill and a cold drink waiting in the fridge. You're man enough to be a Girl Scout. So I've been given a membership in the Girl Scouts.
So what do you...
And then I got this.
Do you have to sell your own Girl Scout cookies?
No, I think what that means is they'll hit me up periodically for money.
Yeah. That's a great gift, then.
I didn't want to say that what they're doing is opening a door to something that you will regret later. But
now I get this card. Now, little Bill, sick. He's sick. He was very ill. Barfing and all that. So that explains the card. And with this card came 3 pairs of really nice underpants. Patagonia, silk weight, boxer briefs.
Underpants.
Which I really like. And they're very, it's expensive underwear. I mean, I think they're $30 a piece or something like that.
You should get a whole pair of pants for that.
So here's the card that came with it. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble. Trouble.
Trouble.
And then you open it up and says, "Or am I?" ?
This is your Father's Day card?
Fortunately, you can cover your ass with these. Happy Father's Day. That's it.
Too sick. At least I'm too sick to cause trouble.
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 Yeah, trouble.
And
then you open it up.
That's a threat.
Or am I?
That's a threat, is what that is.
That's exactly what it is. So it was my Father's Day threat. Yes. Anyway, that's nice to be a Girl Scout, though.
Snowbird was awesome yesterday for Father's Day. There were a ton of people. Saw lots of friends of the program up there. They had garlic fries. It was perfect. They had bacon on sticks. Thick bacon on sticks.
So Gina was happy, and that made it a good Father's Day because she got what she wanted.
No, everybody got. Joe got a massage up at the cliff. Daddy Gary got a massage up at the cliff.
Mm-hmm. But first and foremost, they had garlic fries.
They had garlic fries and bacon on sticks. Yeah.
I went out to the Christiansen Family Farm, Hog Heaven in Vernon on Saturday and bought a bunch of meat. That was pork and beef. And that's actually for my wife's birthday, who's her birthday today. She wanted meat for her birthday.
The gift of meat.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah. You?
No.
Nothing? Nothing? All right.
What? I'm not a father.
Well, you didn't see your dad.
I did.
Oh, you did see
your dad.
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's his
Did you
mustache?
give him meat?
No, he gives me meat.
Oh, okay.
He's the farmer.
Harry gives him money.
Yeah, I give him cash.
We've discussed that. Here, Dad. He does it under the table so nobody can see. Yeah, there you go. Hold out your hand.
Buy some more life-giving medicine. There you go.
X96 Radio from Hell.
Okay, let's see. It's 6:35 right now. We got Things That Must Go coming up here in about 10 minutes. So before that, Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Jiffy Lube Multi-Care. Get services on brakes, batteries, services on brakes, batteries, spark plugs, and more. That's a job or Jiffy. Katie, can you check that? Just go to Jiffy Lube Utah.
There you go.
Well,
that's easy.
So it's like a job, or it's Jiffy. Maybe.
Oh, maybe that's how they mean it.
Maybe that's what.
That's a
or it could be a misprint.
Let's find out.
Go to Jiffy Lube.
Yeah. There's one near you.
Hammer.
Oh.
News flash with Army Hammer here.
What's going on with him now?
He has entered an inpatient treatment facility for cannibalism, or for
for celebrities. It begins with a C. It's
alcoholism.
He's in trouble. Well, it doesn't say exactly what it is. He has entered an inpatient treatment facility after a tumultuous 2020 and 2021 that saw the once soaring movie star fielding a number of sexual abuse allegations, including, according to a new report, per Vanity Fair, the Call Me By Your Name actor is seeking help for drug, alcohol, and sex issues. The publication reported on Tuesday that Hammer was first spotted in the familiar Cayman Islands some 2 weeks ago, where he was allegedly seen saying goodbye to his estranged wife, Elizabeth Chambers, and the former couple's 2 children. Elizabeth and the kids dropped him off, and he walked in as far as allowed and said a witness to the emotional parting. So apparently his ex-wife, now ex-wife and kids, were supportive of him getting into this.
That's good.
Yeah, into this.
Eat one lousy foot, they call you a cannibal.
There's a picture of Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, first one from the set.
Carrie, stop.
78-year-old actor seen back in his iconic outfit on set, filming the highly anticipated 5th movie in the series. The photo was posted by Josh Gad on Instagram, and it's the first time that Harrison Ford has appeared back in costume as Indiana Jones since 2008. He's wearing the classic brown fedora, the leather jacket, and all of that. And
which earring did he pick?
I don't know. He's in the picture, he's struggling to sign an autograph.
Again, I remind you, Harrison Ford will be 80 when this movie is released in theaters.
So what?
Recast Indy.
Don't be an ageist, Carrie.
I'm not. I'm just telling you. I love the character. I love it. I've seen the movies so many times, but recast Indy.
Mike Myers. He's going to do a new project. I'd like to see Mike Myers have some. That Gong Show TV show he did was crazy.
It was
fun. It was crazy. He was really good on it. Mm-hmm. I don't think understood it completely.
They didn't get it.
They didn't get it. Yeah.
He's going to do a movie called. No, it's not actually. It's going to be on next. I changed the name because this is terrible. Yeah. The Pentaverate.
The Pentaverate.
Pentaverate. But I don't know what that means. I'm a fairly literate guy. The Pentaverate. It's now in production, produced by and starring Myers. It will ask the question, what if a secret society of 5 men has been working to influence world events for the greater good since the Black Plague of 1340? So that's what
a Pentaverate is.
That would be what the secret society is called, the Pentaverate.
And they're all going to be played by Mike Myers.
Yeah, all of the he'll play 7 characters.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of, all right, let's do that. A new study shows that vegetarians are 73% less likely to get COVID. Researchers revealed the link between diet and COVID-19, which showed plant-based eaters were 73% less likely to come down with the virus compared to those who include animals, particularly bats, in their diet. Meanwhile, pescatarians, that's fish, people who will eat fish, right? Mm-hmm. Whose primary protein is fish, were at a 59% lower risk of COVID.
Could this just be that meat eaters are more likely to be obese?
Go ahead,
people are more
try and
COVID?
find a reason, Gina.
There are more meat eaters than those other 2 categories. So numbers.
Well, the new study published in the BMJ Nutrition Prevention and Health based these findings on a self-reported questionnaire submitted by a total of 2,884 individuals, all healthcare workers from 6 European countries. Among those cases, 138 said that they suffered moderate to severe symptoms, while remaining The remaining 430 experienced mild effects of the respiratory illness, and then many who said, nothing happened. So 73% anyway. Over 250 new COVID cases reported yesterday in Utah. 3 more deaths. That's according to the Utah Department of Health. It seems as though the figures in Utah don't change much.
We're kind of
they just stay right there. Of course, the semifinals of the Western Conference NBA playoffs have just started, so we'll see. And this is the first time. Last night was the first time that the Delta Center, the Vivint, the Salt Palace, the Vivint was open and it to full capacity, and so we'll see what happens there. There's a fire burning out of control, pretty much out of control, in East Canyon. Over 500 acres. That's up in Morgan County. It was a human-caused fire, and they had to evacuate some people who had cabins, a cabin community up there. Although I think those people have been allowed to go back now at this point. But it's tinder dry, and the winds are really bad, and the wind is not going to stop in any time. In the south winds for the next several days.
Red flag warning in effect.
It's been windy here on Mount Doom for a couple of days now.
Governor Spencer Cox has issued a new executive order enacting more water restrictions during the drought. News conference outside of the Utah State Capitol. The governor directed all state facilities to cut their outdoor watering to twice a week, 3 times a week in southern Utah. I'm also asking municipalities, businesses, property owners to follow suit. The governor urged Utahns to do the same thing. Make yellow lawns great again, he said.
I wish he wouldn't have put it that way.
All the cool kids have a yellow lawn. How about that?
So
anything.
And also he made some comment about fireworks, saying, don't use them. Well, let's let the cities do fireworks if they want to control
but he said
fireworks.
on the public, he said on the state-controlled lands there's no fireworks.
No fireworks on state-controlled lands. And he said, please be careful with them, but maybe you could just not let those. Have the fireworks stands started to open? I haven't really paid much attention. Are they opening up on? Grocery store parking lots and stuff now?
I think. I'll let you know today, because today is my errand day.
But, Carrie, you want to do a little sprinkler shaming, I know. Report people who aren't...
Yeah. Can we?
Yes, you can.
They have that ability. Oh, okay, good.
There's a thing called Frame or Shame. Let me just click on it right now. I didn't have a chance to do it earlier. Frame or Shame. And you click on that, and it goes to a website where you can shame someone for their inappropriate use of water, over sprinkling, all of that kind of stuff.
Water road.
Or you can compliment somebody. But
here's
I know.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, somebody here in my neighborhood, when it was raining, what was it, last week when we had rain? Sprinklers going full bore.
All right. So give me that info, because I'm going to report a few people in my neighborhood. And here's a text that says, I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but they do make a non-toxic lawn paint that you put in a compressor that you would spray weeds, and apparently it works fantastic. So you can let your lawn die.
The grass?
And paint the grass. Now, the problem that I had in our backyard is that the guy who owned this house before we bought it used just regular paint to do that.
Seriously?
And so there were like many dead spots, and it just wouldn't grow back.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the news organization ProPublica published a scoop based on the tax returns of thousands of wealthy Americans. Including Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Rupert Murdoch, Elon Musk, and Mark Zuckerberg. An anonymous source sent ProPublica the material after the organization had published articles about the IRS's lax enforcement of taxes on the wealthy. And it shows that these people pay no taxes.
Yeah.
Zero.
Zero?
Yeah. If I didn't pay taxes, I could afford a rocket to space too.
For instance, Jeff Bezos' wealth soared by $120 billion from 2006 to 2018, and his federal taxes during that time amounted to $1.9 billion. So he's paying like next to nothing in taxes.
It's sickening.
Yeah,
we could help the homeless. We could help the hungry. We could do all kinds of things.
I mean,
well, why don't they want to help? I mean, I know there are some billionaires that are like, yes, we should, but please charge us more. We should pay more taxes because they have plenty.
Warren Buffett has said that.
Yeah.
Warren Buffett himself has said, it's ridiculous that I pay less in taxes than my secretary.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything wrong in terms of
they're following the
law.
tax law. Exactly. That's why we need to raise taxes on the wealthy. Before we get to sports, weather, traffic, and things that must go, a quick flashback Mike Myers' story about the Pentaveret.
Oh, I saw this,
I take you now to a scene from I Married an Axe Murderer, Gina. Well, it's well-known fact, Sonny Jim, that there's a secret society of 5 wealthiest people in the world known as the Pentaveret, who run everything in the world, including newspapers, and meet triannually at a secret country mansion in Colorado known as the Meadows. So who's in this Pentaveret? The Queen, the Vatican, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, and Colonel Sanders. Before
so
he went,
he's gonna play. Is he gonna play?
Before he went tets up. Oh, I hated the Colonel with his beady eyes and that smug look on his face. Oh, you're gonna buy my chicken, Dad? How can you hate the Colonel? Because he puts an addictive chemical in his chicken that makes you crave it fortnightly, smartass. So there's the plot of this series coming up from I Married an Axe Murderer.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sports, weather, traffic.
Oh, let's see. Brought to you by, for a limited time, get a professional AC or furnace tune-up for only $39 with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Call 801-264-HALE. The Jazz, Bill, did they almost give you a heart attack like me?
I don't know. Did they win?
Well, hey, bandwagon.
I mean, they did, but the first half was scary. They were down. They were missing shots.
So you stayed up really late and watched the game?
No, I watched the first half, and then So maybe that's the key is I need to go to bed and not finish the game,
But they won.
But they won, yeah.
Okay.
Is this a playoff game?
Yes.
Yes.
This is okay then.
Yes.
Radio from Hell, jumping on the Jazz bandwagon since, well, Game 2 of the playoff series,
Oh, wait, this is Game
X96.
So I have to save that for Game 2.
Which will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. It'll be in town again, Bill. So bandwagon will pick you up for that.
Okay. Excellent.
Weather, like we were talking about, we got Red Flag Day happening through Thursday. Mostly sunny, high of 91. Then it's going to cool off quite a bit. We'll be down in the 70s tomorrow. No rain really associated with that, but it will cool things off for a day or two. And then we'll be back up in the 90s by the weekend. Track, that's something to tell you about. No, that earlier in Onwood I haven't sent anything in, but it's an America Rewards credit card. You'll earn double rewards on every purchase through July 31st. Details at macu.com/double.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program. You can't stand them anymore. You say, I've got to get these out of my life. These things must go. So you send them to us. You send things that must go in the subject line to radiofromhell@x96.com, and maybe if we read yours on the air, it'll help you feel better about it. And indeed, in some cases, we understand these things actually do disappear from your life. I'm going to start with mine. This is something that must go. I don't know if you can see this. This is a pill, and go to x96.com/live. I'm sure. And it's in a blister pack. One pill in a blister pack, which is almost impossible to open.
It doesn't have a little perforated
edge.
Yes. Oh.
It does.
They don't always work well.
It does not work well. I don't understand. This is Imodium. Never mind. Never mind why I have Imodium. Why do they put them in these? This is ridiculous.
They could put it in an easier to open package, but that would cost more to make.
Sure.
And so they lose profit. They do it cheaply.
This one says, my dear lady and lords, my thing that must go is all of these so-called jazz fans jumping on the bandwagon.
Bill.
Us.
Yeah. That's me. They're all hooting and hollering when the times are good, but where were they in the lean years?
Exactly.
They were all wearing their Steph Curry and LeBron James gear all year. Now that things are looking up, well, it's all Dee Mitchell and Ruby Goldberg and Rudy. I think he meant Rudy.
Rudy Gobert?
Yes, what? Yes?
Excuse me.
Yes.
If you were to substitute jazz fans with Marvel Comics movies and Marvel Comics, that's what you sound like, okay? Yeah. It's the same thing.
He says, I see you out there, you bunch of clowns. Hey, I was one of the original fans.
Oh,
Back when they were the actual homeland of the jazz. That's right, folks. New Orleans, the Big Easy, Pistol Pete, Truck Robinson, and Walt Bellamy. Now,
have you ever read an Avengers comic?
Now give me back my courtside tickets, which I deserve. Thank you all. Pray for hot, dry weather and yell it up for the Jazz. Oh, and it's signed Carl Lamone.
Carl Lamone.
Yeah. And then this one says, my things that must go have a lot to do with heat, so hear me out. Number one, owners that take their dogs out to parades, snow cone shacks, and other places on cement or asphalt.
It's hot.
And they don't care enough to cover up the dog's paws.
Exactly.
If you as a human can't walk on the sidewalk or the street because it's too hot, it's way too hot for a dog's paws. And you can get little booties for them if you want to take them out to walk.
Or carry them.
Number two, my apartment complex not opening its pool until mid-July. I get it. There's regulations and stuff, but it's hot and I want pool days again. I'm vaccinated. There's chlorine. Let's go.
We're out of water, though, is the problem.
Number three, wanting to go out for a hike or to a workout or do anything outside, but I lose the motivation because it's way too hot. And I don't tan. I just burn really fast, and my skin is so sensitive. And, I mean, anyway. Thanks for letting me bitch and listen. I'm incredibly serious about the first one, the dogs. Anyway, bye. Carrie?
All right. Just real quickly here. Of course, times are tough up on Mount Doom, as always. You know, on the mustard, you get the plug. You know, the mustard dries up. The same thing with the whipped cream can. It dry, and you get that clump of dried whipped cream, and it plugs it up. You got to rinse that out every time. It's tough.
Poor dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, this from, let's see, Suzanne. Harmless insect killing and teaching kids to kill all insects must go. I find it so sad that this kind of need to kill everything, especially insects, that crosses our path is thought to be normal behavior or reaction. I also shook my head that this was done in front of children. So it teaches future generations to be equally apathetic about the lives of anything not human. Let me share with you what I did recently in a classroom, and have done many times previously. Scenario. Kids start screaming about a spider in the room. Teachers start screaming and yelling for someone to come kill it. I come in with a piece of paper and a cup, gently put the cup over the spider, slide the paper, do the whole thing, and ta-da, I have the spider in the cup. Then go outside and place the spider in the bushes, telling the kids that he just wants to go home and now he can. Is that so hard? I think it teaches children that all life has value. We don't need to destroy everything just because we can. I've also told kids things like his mommy is looking for him and now he can go home. And I've seen the wonder in their faces as they witness this new approach to life and everything living. Suzanne, I feel bad because I killed a spider this morning. Let's see, this one from, first of all, the email chime coming from one of your computers. I can hear it. It's subtle, but I notice it. Finally, when people tell me what my views are rather than ask me. I lean left, and I'm tired of hearing, well, you liberals love blank. Yeah. Unlike another party, we don't necessarily adhere to groupthink. Thank you. All right, Gina?
This is from a flight attendant. A few things that must go. Okay. Number one, the new Salt Lake City Airport. It's beautiful, It's poorly designed and a nightmare to get through. This is from a flight attendant.
I keep hearing this.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to go out of the A gates, then you may skip the 1.2-mile walk to the B gates way on the other side. I've seen travelers needing medical assistance on that long walk, especially with masks. It's not an easy feat for some people. When you address the airport workers, they say, well, there's going to be a tram that's going to take you from A to B. And then you ask them, well, when will that be ready? And they say, oh, sometime around 2024. That doesn't help me now. I do this every week, and it's getting old. While we're at it, another thing that must go is people who do not stay on one side of the moving walkways and treat it like a ride at an amusement park. Get over.
Yeah.
Number 2, people saying they can't wear a mask for an hour flight. Buddy, some days I'm wearing a mask for 12 hours, and the moment I take it off and drink some water or eat my lunch, there's someone just waiting to take my picture and post it on social media and roast my airline. We should be paid hazard pay for the things we're having to deal with right now. Number 3, wash your hands after you use the lavatory. You think I'm joking? My jump seat is right next to the bathroom, and we know from the time you flush to the time you exit, we know you haven't struggled with the bird bath water fountain we call a sink. Passengers would laugh that they had to be reminded during this pandemic to wash their hands, but they still do. Yeah. On an hour flight, 15 people didn't wash their hands. Don't be disgusting.
That makes me not want to travel ever again.
Number 4, going to the lavatory without shoes on.
Oh, my God.
That's not water on the floor. This is not your house. Keep your shoes on. People thinking sneaky about masks must go. We've been wearing them for over a year now. We've seen everything. You aren't doing anything new. We know you're a douche. We're tired of being mask police to the point of exhaustion. What must go? People who won't wear their mask above their nose and mouth correctly, but even more so are the people who narc on them and point it out. Just wear your damn mask so we can get you where you want to go. Please don't knock any of our teeth out. That's it for now.
Oh.
Thank you.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Traffic, Gina.
Yeah, things seem to be moving well right now. If you see something that's not moving well, you can text it to us, 33986. Be prepared for your day. Watch 2 News this morning on KETV2 from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
All right, so we got round 1 of your boners, big boy news, all coming up after these. Stand by. HasterGames.com at 6831 South State Street. If you're looking for a new way to keep the family entertained, go down and talk to Haster. You know, Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering have never been more popular. Pokemon as well. They're all just huge, and it's time for you to get in on it. Our good friends at locally owned Haster Games have the best selection of all that stuff, miniatures and dice and all that. In-store gaming has returned to Haster Games, so check out their calendar for events and requirements. Pokemon Chilling Reign pre-release kits are available now. The release date is June 18th. Magic Modern Horizons 2 pre-release kits available June 11th. Release date is June 18th. Flesh and Blood Monarch available now. Just go to HasterGames.com for details or drop by the store. They're open from 11 to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, noon to 5 on Sunday. And this is your chance to get in on this gaming. They will teach you how to play the games if you just go down to Haster Games. HasterGames.com. Go see them. 6831 South State Street. Haster has it.
Gina, most people, when you go to a party and someone turns on the TV, the party goes from staring blankly, talking to each other.
True.
So it'll be a good thing to do at a party.
The point, the TV